and welcome to Day Life. Today on this first edition, our focus is on food and the human body, the risks or dangers of low consumption. In the first part of the program, we examine the common types of foods that are sold in the country, how people choose these foods, and its effects. In the other part, the different measures in which people use to consume food will be given to you, and an interview of a nutritionist to talk about why the body needs food and what particular food is meant for each individual. Stay with us.
Health experts say the human being needs to consume at least a fruit each day to keep the body healthy. But in Cameroon, despite the variety of fruit types, whose cultivation is favored by the rich soil, demand remains low.
Ça fait oui, presque 5 ans qu'on est dans les personnes. Ça, c'est un nouveau champ. Bientôt de commencer à planter pour voir ça va bien donner. Les fruits que les gens aiment acheter ici au Cameroun, il y a les ananas, il y a les mandarines et les oranges. Souvent, il n'y a pas d'acheteurs. On est obligé d'aller sur le marché local, liquider.
The variety on the food market. Studies have shown that only a few households have fruit on their daily menu. Consequently, these fruits get rotten and are wasted, especially given that they are limited transformation unit.
I think they say if food market from now, you need to really work on the first side. Like now, we get patients where they live most of food, and now they really mostly buy market the food market now, and like diabetes patients, and they try to come by with grapes, red grapes, white grapes, watermelon.
This morning, I normally say no nothing. I started business at 6 o'clock morning time. Now to 6. So I never say no better thing. Just because some people don't know the fruit. Some people even can't taste them and taste them. Someone is even Afuran and Gueva. So I don't know what they happen.
Illnesses which could have been prevented due to the consumption of fruit are becoming common.
Well, lack of food is a little tough to say, but you see, food provides us with essential nutrients such as dietary minerals, vitamins, essential amino acids and fatty acids. And fruits are also very rich in fiber and water. Just to give you an idea of the prevalence of such deficiency diseases, in 2008, for example, WHO recorded 68% of preschool children and 51% of pregnant women with iron deficiency anemia in Cameroon. And in 2008, there were 39% of preschool children and 18% of pregnant women with vitamin A deficiency.
Deficiencies caused by the lack of certain nutrients in the body.
The deficiency of one or more of these elements in our nutrition can make us sick. However, since these nutrients are also found in many other foodstuffs, we tend not to always get sick when we don't eat food. But it is important for us to know that foods are usually richer in most of these nutrients, and to also understand that there are some of these nutrients which are only found in plants, for example vitamin C. So if we don't consume enough fruits and vegetables, we may get deficiencies of such nutrients.
Some time ago I was sick of malaria and typhoid. So my son, Dr. Casey, the physician, he took me to Solidarity, where I was admitted.
This 70-year-old man is a patient who is on drugs after he was diagnosed with a vitamin A deficiency, a problem which could have been avoided.
I was sick for some time. I was suffering from malaria and typhoid. Then I was admitted. I stayed there for almost 5 days. On the day I was leaving the hospital, I was advised by the doctor that as I'm going to the house, I should always take vegetables and fruits.
People have come up with different measures on how to consume fruits. By so doing, a young Cameroonian has decided to make natural fruit juice out of fruits, an initiative that he started not really for economic purposes but for the promotion of fruit consumption in the country. Take a look.
BONGA Juice is an owner of a fruit juice bar in Buea, southwest region of Cameroon. The Jombe Pinja Fruit Market is an ideal destination for him, mostly on weekdays. He is out not only to make ends meet, but also to encourage the consumption of fruits.
When I was in the university, I used to see a lot of fruits being wasted, and I had this desire to do business, a business that is going to transform the 80% of Cameroonians that are agriculturally dependent. So my dream was to come up with a concept that will impact the state. You know, Cameroon, 80% of Cameroon depends on agriculture, and to me, one of the greatest means to transform Cameroon is to empower this local community. Because if we empower them, I think the whole nation will be transformed in less than a time.
Okay, you said you wanted to do with all types of fruit, but I thought fruits are in Buea. Because why did you decide to come right here in Jombe in order for you to buy just fruits? So is there any particularity in this place?
The fruits in Jombe, they're really, some of them are very organic, and Jombe is the highest producer of pineapple, which is one of the highest fruits that is being consumed at the juice bar in the whole coastal area. That's one of the reasons that always pulls us to come and buy our food here in Jumbe. And also one of the reasons is because, as I earlier told you, our main thing is to make the juices very affordable in such a way that an average Cameroonian can have a glass of juice daily. So we go extra miles to get fruit from a cheaper source so that our juices can really be affordable. And Jumbe is the answer to all of that.
So are they all the fruits that you want here in Jumbe?
No, not really all, but the majority, the fruits that are in popular demand, like pineapples, papaya, oranges, grapes, limes, most of them are found here in Jumbe. There are other fruits that come from Douala, others from Bamenda, others from the north.
Okay, so you pass your command there in the other regions?
Yeah, we have a representative in some these towns, in some of these villages. So what we do is that we send money. Because what happens what is happening in Cameroon is that there are some fruits that are very scarce. Many people don't go into intensive farming, for example, passion fruits. So what we do is we have a contact person in some villages, and everybody comes and sells the small portions. You can have passion fruit for 2,000, 1,000. He or she gathers it, and at the end of the week he sends it.
Okay, so right now where are you heading to? Are you heading to Douala or you're heading to Buea?
No, right now I have to go to Douala first because I have to pick some things in Douala. You know, Njombe is in the littoral region, so I have to pass through Douala, pick some of the fruits, so that I'll go to Buea.
Okay, some of the fruits that are lacking.
Yeah, some of the fruits that are not available here in Njombe. Okay.
Thank you.
So at times it's even due to the climatic variations. You know, here we have the hot, humid climate, which is different from the dry, arid climate in Northwest. So some of the fruits can do well in Northwest, others can do well. But because Douala is the economic capital of Cameroon, it is like a breadbasket. Everything leaves from all the regions, and they are like in the main market. So that is why if you go to the Douala main market, there are some fruits that are in scarce supply. You can always find them. And also we have some contact points in Douala that we place our order to fruits.
We are in Douala. I came to pick some fruits. Unfortunately, we have decided to take coconut. Coconut is also very good. Many people love coconut because even women who have problems with the flow of breast always ask to take coconut to facilitate the flow of breast. So that's what I decided to say. Then I placed an order for passion fruit in Bamenda. We're going to visit in Buea.
His fruits are bought. He bought a car off for Buea to meet his fruit juice bar, from where after several procedures his customers can be served.
Here we are in Buea. We are just coming from Douala, and this is BONGA Juice Buea. Because of the rains, we are going to pile the fruits outside here. After the rains, we are going to pack them inside. And as you can see, there are customers drinking and enjoying their juices. But tomorrow, I think we should continue tomorrow because as it is raining, it's going to disturb work a lot. get into work after cleaning all the fruits that we brought from the market. Like when we came from the market yesterday, I had to take the fruits to our lab. There we clean it with either potassium permanganate or vinegar. Yes, you can use this to wash all the fruit, to disinfect the fruit. When you're coming from the farm and you don't know the type of things that might have been on the fruit, on coming, we display a sample of the fruit. Like here you can see pineapple, Adam fruit, papaya, carrot, oranges, limes. We sample some of those fruits. This is just to help customers to make their choices. Take like for example, what I'm going to, let me just say you're a customer now. We are going to do passionated cocktail and smoothie. Let's just say the customer order. So for passionated cocktail, we use pineapple, and this guy we will not use all the fruit in one glass. Okay. Yeah, he will peel just the quantity that is needed in the glass. What happens is that when a customer comes, based on the fruit that they make their choice. Okay, they can simply make just pineapple juice, or to make a mix of pineapple and passion fruit, or to make orange juice. In short, they have the choice to give the customer the choice to choose what they want to do.
How are these fruits being transformed to juice?
Yeah, when we get the fruit, we just rinse the fruit again. We peel them, extract the pulp from some of those fruits, and we use them in any of their juices, depending on what the customer is asking for. We have many categories of juices here.
Who are your, I can say your customers? Who are those who always come and consume?
Yeah, considering the fact that we are located here in Buea, the Buea branch has mostly youth and young adults, which are mostly university students. So we have young adults who are just about to start life, and then we have students from the university. We also have a lot of pregnant women who come here. We also have a lot of patients who come here after they are being referred by their doctors to consume some particular fruits or vegetable juices in order to help them in their recovery process. And they also have some very aged people who have a lot of problem with digestion, even children.
The fruit juice bar also offers an opportunity for customers to buy juice and equally learn how to make it once in homes while taking into account basic hygiene rules. This notwithstanding, drinking juice for these customers is all about having fun.
I don't really know what this does to the body. Actually, it's my first time coming here. And like I said, I just came for a program just to see a friend, hang out with friends.
You know, it's a sunny day, so I just decided to come here and have fun.
Quite tasty, have a lot of vitamins, and there is no doubt that a wide variety of them are found on Cameroonian soil. But in order for people to enjoy the qualities found in fruits, it may require that they have a rethink on what they are losing out on.
Welcome back. With all we have seen, the question is why the body needs food, how people should eat food, and what kind of food is best for each individual. With me in the studio is Dr. Mrs. Achidi, who has come to throw more light on this aspect. Welcome to the program, Doctor.
Thank you.
Doctor, I know that there's no need for me to ask you because I know you do consume fruit.
Yes, of course.
And I want to ask you, what type of fruits do you consume?
Variety. Banana, oranges, watermelon, guava, mango, just name it.
And what kind of fruit is best for each individual?
All fruits are okay. Depends on individual preference or choice.
Then I just want to know, how does the body need this fruit?
The body needs fruit because fruits contain vitamins and minerals, which are nutrients, though required in small amounts, but are very vital for the body's needs and the body's proper function.
Is there any quantity of fruits for one to consume a day? Any particular quantity? Because at times people will say that you should eat maybe 5 fruits a day. So I don't know if there's a particular quantity of fruit that people might consume.
Not really, but fruits generally contain a lot of these two nutrients that I have talked about, and sometimes some also contain sugar. 1 or 2 fruits per day is enough to meet the body's needs for these vital nutrients.
Then what about the time that someone should consume fruit? Because they used to say we should consume fruit after meal, or I would say maybe fruit before the meal even. So I don't know if there's a particular time for people out there to consume fruit.
I would say no. Again, it's a matter of choices and preferences, and some are means that are passed down as to when you consume fruit. Some people will prefer to consume fruit with breakfast, others because they don't want to eat heavy in the evenings or eat heavy carbohydrate food in the evenings, want to eat fruits in the evening. I think you can consume fruit any time of the day.
So there's this initiative that has come up now, the fruit juice, like making fruit out of, or making natural fruit juice out of this fruit. I don't know if it's a healthy thing or if you can encourage it as a nutritionist.
Yes, there is nothing wrong with that if it's properly handled.
I don't know if there's a difference there's a difference if someone consumes fruit and or someone consumes the natural fruit juice.
In my opinion, it would be preferable to consume the fruits, the natural fruit, than the juice. The reason being that you don't know how the manufacturer of the fruit juice has done it. Some may label the fruit juice natural, no added sugar, but they must have added some sugar.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am, for joining us in the program. It was really a pleasure.
You're welcome.
You've heard it all from the nutritionist that here said that food consumption is something that should always preoccupy our minds, and that we should not stay without consuming fruit a day if we want to live long. Remember, life is short, but do not make it be shorter. I am Pakistan. Thanks for watching. See you next week.